Welcome to the Resilient AF podcast. I'm Alex Fresh.
I'm Emelia Jackson.
And I'm BennettKnows. We believe everything vibrates at a certain frequency, and we're here to raise the vibration.
You'll hear stories of incredible resilience, manifestation, and what to do when you find that even resilience has a toll.
'Cause a bitch is tired, honey.
Wait, where's my alcoholics at?
I'm so tired of drinking. I think I might be sober now. I'm so serious. Like
Or you're just perma drunk.
Maybe that too. Honestly, I think I'm still like tipsy from last night. I don't know. Like I just feel like I've just been like this since the Bachelorette trip.
Oh shit.
Like I'm not well. I'm not a well girl.
I'm not gonna.
Are you gonna take a shot?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's do it.
And then Alex is gonna take one too.
I'm not though.
One day, Alex. Oh, yes, I'm definitely gonna make a drink. I forgot that we have the
Oh,
chasers.
Alex brought the bar with her.
Yes,
Actually,
ginger beer.
Alex should make our drinks
But
for
this
us.
time, more ginger beer than vodka,
less-
please.
okay.
Yes,
For
less
a little
vodka.
girl, she's got a
She got
strong
a
ass
strong-ass
hand.
Sorry about that.
Like so strong. Like,
Okay, well, I used to have an alcohol. Okay, I can't say that. I was going to say
unbearable.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
But for an alcoholic, I suppose it wouldn't be. It'd be like just tasting water at that point.
Look at her. You're pouring more. Still pouring.
No, I did pour it
I mean,
out.
you could.
Okay.
Look at her. She
I'm
just can't help
dead.
but be like strong arm.
She's got PTSD, so she's got
Her arms like
Muscle memory.
I need it.
muscle memory.
All right. Well, yep. Good morning. It's that time of the week, the best time of the week because it's a podcast.
Yes.
And it's time for our peaks and our pits. So, Bennett, you want to kick it off?
Yes. I will start off with my pit. I've had car problems and I finally got my car to the mechanic.
Oh, good. Mm-hmm. Oh,
Not good.
not good because it's a pit.
It's
Okay.
a pit, yes.
Okay.
So basically, my engine's exhausted, which means I have to get a new car.
Fuck.
Like
Yeah.
basically, they were like, it's gonna cost you more to fix this car than the car is actually worth.
Well,
So obviously, I don't have a car, but a new car is in my future. So
hell yeah.
that's all that means.
Yep.
You know, new car.
yeah.
Sooner than
No,
later.
seriously.
My peak is Nicki Minaj. Her album is out, Pink Friday 2. It
There
is
you go.
fucking amazing.
Oh, love Nicki.
I love it. Love Nicki. She's a boss. And like the album's so good. You could tell how grown she is. Like she's talking, obviously keeping it like grown and sexy, but she's talking about like working through relationships. And there's a few songs for
Her papa.
her papa bear for her father that she just lost.
Yeah.
So yeah, the album's dope, and I got tickets to her tour. I'm going to see Nicki in Las Vegas
So jelly.
on a Pink Friday in March. I am so fucking excited. So yeah, that is my peak.
Yes.
Oh, I love
I'm excited
that.
for you.
Are you gonna
I
go
am.
with him? Because
No.
you're a Nicki fan too.
I am, but he didn't invite me. He
you
invited
wanna
his other
come?
3 best friends.
Oh,
Nope, I don't.
do you want to go
Yeah,
together?
we could definitely, yes.
Let's go together.
Well, I wanted to buy tickets
No, I'm
to
serious.
the Seattle show too.
I've never been to a concert like that
No,
before.
I would be down. I just don't like. I mean, I don't care to go or not, Bennett, because like he's going with his friends that they talked about like going back to Vegas, just them 4 together.
That's fine. We'll go together and then we'll pass by them and be like, oh,
No,
Bennett,
no.
you're here? What?
you can't sit with us.
No, you guys, you could definitely come. The more, the merrier.
It
That would be fun.
It would.
Let's
Yeah.
do that.
I'm down.
No, buy the tickets
When
March 8th.
International Women's Day, so why not?
It's perfect. Like I said, Nicki is a boss.
Oh.
All right, what's good with you, Emelia?
All right. So I'm going to start with my pit. It's kind of long.
Sure. You
Is
like
that
it
fine?
long.
Okay. So I actually have 2. My first one is this morning I fucking woke up late and I
Again.
hate waking up late. It makes my stomach hurt. It gives me diarrhea. I fucking hate being
Oh,
late.
no.
Yeah. So that was one pit. My other pit is I went to a Bachelorette trip, right? I've never been on a Bachelorette trip, so this is actually like my first time. But I was told by other people as I was crying to them and complaining to them about how this Bachelorette trip went. They're like, well, there's always got to be a cat fight. And I'm like, okay, so I guess this is like normal, you know, having like 9 girls, all different, you know, personalities, whatever. I guess it's bound to happen. Luckily, I was not part of the cat fight, thank God. But someone ended up getting kicked out of the wedding over this. Yeah.
Wait, how many bridesmaids were there?
There was 9.
Total? That were
Total.
in the wedding?
Yes.
That's a big ass party.
Yes, big party, and every single person is considered that bride's best friend too. So it was
Because like when you have a bachelor party, like sometimes not everybody who's at the bachelor party is actually in the wedding.
exactly.
So, but all of them were.
all of them were, except for one girl. She wasn't she was helping with the wedding, like the setup, the tear down, all that stuff, getting things together. And then the other girl that got kicked out, obviously she wasn't in the wedding anymore. But yeah, it was a big trip. Yeah.
Wait,
yeah. So
why did she get kicked out?
I want to know about
happened?
this fight. Like,
Okay, so Friday was fine. I was sick. Like I was not okay. I had a migraine, whatever. So Friday was really chill. The rest of the girls got in super late. So it was like 5 girls that came in first. It was, including me. And then the rest of the girls came in. Okay. So Saturday part was amazing. Okay. It was great. The only issue I had with Saturday was that all of the food, they did a Costco run. Okay. They did not ask me what I wanted. I still paid for this Costco run, which was fine. Whatever. It's fine. Yeah. But there was no food. It was all vegan stuff. And I was like, fuck this. I need to get meat in my system. So I went to Walgreens. I got like breakfast sandwiches for everybody. I made breakfast sandwiches for everybody. We sat by the pool. It was chill. It was great. And we started getting ready to go out. That's when the chaos started to ensue. Okay. They ordered the Uber really fucking early and didn't tell anybody. So the one girl that ended up getting kicked out, she got yelled at. I heard it and I even was like, damn, that was aggressive. The way 2 girls came and spoke to her. I was like, damn, that was a little aggressive.
Because you ordered the Uber early?
Because they ordered the Uber early and she wasn't ready yet. And she was like, did they just fucking yell at me? And I was like, low key, they kind of did. Like,
that's
damn.
actually a little weird.
Kind of rude. It was
Like,
a little rude.
It doesn't make sense. Like why adults would be treating other people like that over an Uber.
Exactly. Because it's like, we could get another one.
I was going to say that.
Yes, we could have gone by ourselves. And there was no we're not on a time limit. We're on a fucking Bachelorette trip. It was fine,
Yes.
Anyway, so that's when the tension started, okay, is with the yelling. We get to dinner. We're throwing back shots. I'm trying to get the bride fucked up. I'm getting fucked up, whatever. The girl that got kicked out, she's getting fucked up with me. So we're there. Things start to calm down a little bit after the shots. Then we get into the Uber to go to the bar. There was 3 girls. They had to be sober because they're pregnant. Okay. So they had to be sober. Yeah.
3 out of 9?
Yeah. It's quite a bit.
Something in the water.
Yeah, there was. Don't drink that water.
We all know you weren't though.
Yeah, hell no, I was not. So there was 3 sober girls, okay? You could tell, you can't have that much fun at the club. No, you can't. Anyway, so they're sitting down. They're watching us get crazy, whatever. Then me and the girl, we keep leaving because we're kind of bored at this point. There's nobody there yet. We want to wait until the club gets crazy. So we go take a shot somewhere else. We come back. We're gone for maybe 10 minutes, whatever. We leave to go play basketball, whatever, blah, 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 right? The bride comes up to me and she goes, they're saying you're doing coke. I was like, what? What are you talking about? No, we're not. I was like, did you tell them? We're not? She was like, it's fine, whatever. And I was like, no, but I want them to know, I'm not. I'm just fun on my own, I'm not doing it. And I've never even fucking done it. And if I was doing it, I'd share it with all you bitches. I really would.
Right.
So I went up to the girls and I was like, hey, you guys know I don't do coke. And again, it's not even that big of a deal. I don't care. But I was cracking up laughing. I was like, you guys know I'm not doing coke. They're like, no, we didn't say that. We didn't say that. And I was like, no, but you did. Because the bride said you did.
actually did though.
Yeah. I was like, but you did. And I was like, it's okay. I just want you guys to know, I'm not doing that. And they're like, oh, we just didn't know because you kept
don't believe
believing.
you.
No, they didn't believe me, which was fine. I mean, whatever. But anyway, so then another rumor ensued. Someone was kissing someone when they weren't. And she did not handle it like how I handled the rumors. She did not laugh it off. She got a little upset. She felt bullied and she didn't like it. So she kind of avoided the rest of the girls. Yikes. She was kind of just keeping the peace within herself, which was fine, whatever. But then we leave and in the Uber home, they start fighting. One of the girls.
Ooh, the bride and the girl who was accused of kissing?
Because she was like, you didn't stand up for me. What the fuck?
They're all best friends. She's like, you're my best friend.
Yes.
You're my best friend. You're supposed to protect me.
Exactly.
And the other one's like, well, I'm her best friend too.
Yes.
We're all best friends.
We're all best friends.
We're all her best
You
friends.
can't have that many best friends. You can't do it. But so that's what happened. And it started just going south, completely south. Okay. And I'm sitting here, I'm cracking up laughing because I'm fucking drunk. I was not helping the situation at all. The poor Uber driver is just like, what the fuck did I get myself into? They started full on fighting in the fucking mother-in-law and it didn't go well from there. Luckily, that was our last night. We didn't have to deal with it anymore. But then when we get back here, there was texts exchanged. And that's when texting can be misconstrued.
For sure.
It really can.
Totally.
Yes. Because even when I text people, sometimes they're like, do you have an attitude? I'm like, no, I'm literally just texting you as fast as I can.
You never know, honestly, in text.
You don't. You can't. And so they did not make phone calls, which I was trying to tell them. Call each other. Do not text each other.
Yeah.
Stop. Because literally their friendship was over at this point. And I was like, it doesn't need to be that serious.
It's not.
It's not that serious. I was like, at the end of of the day, in 5 years, when you look at those 2 missing chairs from those, those friends, you're going to be more upset about that than this fucking bachelorette trip. So the girl didn't end up coming to the wedding.
That shows that at least 1 out of 9 are not her best friend. At least 1 out of the 9 is not the real best friend. What's your peak? That you didn't get kicked out the wedding?
Yeah, that's kind of a peak. It was nice.
Right.
Yeah, I did get to go to the wedding. I was still in the wedding.
Okay.
No, but my peak is the trip because
yeah.
I love the sun. The sun was so beautiful. I got to hang out, and I met some really cool girls on that trip. There was girls that, I've been around, but not in that capacity, and I got to hang out with them and they're actually so fucking cool. Like, yeah, the 2 Ericas, fucking cool. They're fucking bad bitches. I like them.
Glad
Yeah. So it was, didn't really care. Didn't affect me. I was over it. I got to enjoy the sun. I got to drink. I had no responsibilities at the time, for 2 days.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Yes, I love that for you.
Yeah.
Well, okay, my peak and pit.
Yes, let's hear it.
Pit on Monday, I thought it was Friday. And then the entire week, I thought it was Thursday on Monday, Tuesday. I thought it was Thursday on Tuesday. Like my entire week, it was
fucked
the
up.
longest fucking week because why on Monday did I think it was Friday?
Oh, you thought Monday was Friday. Oh, that's
Like
disappointing.
on Monday, it
Yeah.
felt like a Friday to me. So all week, like it was the longest week of my life.
Yeah.
I swear I woke up every fucking day thinking it was Friday. But I did go to this Christmas parade that we have in one of the cities around here and that they do every single year. They do it from like December 1st through the 24th and they do it every single day at 7 p.m. It's 20 minutes. It's like their own unique like characters and they ride around like 2 city blocks, right? Tons of people will go and I mean, I've gone with my kids, but I will never go again
No.
and stand down there in the large
I think I know what
crowds.
you're talking about and absolutely the fuck
Yeah,
not.
right? Like it's a no for me, dog.
No.
But however, someone asked me to join them on the balcony and watch it. And it was actually so romantic and sweet.
Stop.
It was just really sweet. Best place to watch it and so much fun.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you're going to be thinking that anything else is like hella ghetto now compared to that
Right.
situation,
If I'm not on the balcony.
then I don't want to be there.
It was fun. All right, now it's time to do Ask Alex, which is a segment that we do where people can write in and ask me a question and I can answer it. And people wrote in
I
and
love
they
that.
asked questions. So now I'm going to pick one. Actually, Bennett's going to pick one.
Okay.
And then I'm going to answer it. And then I think we're all going to answer it.
Okay, this is a good one. It's from Brooke Cashy.
What's
That's
up,
how you say
Brooke?
it?
Hi, Brooke.
She wants to know, would you ever be in a poly relationship or open relationship and one over the other? Why and how?
Yeah, I would be both. I would do both. I would do poly and I would be in an open relationship.
Weren't you kind of in one?
A poly or open?
I don't know. It was kind of open, wasn't it?
Yeah, no, it was, but there was definitely like rules.
Yeah, guidelines.
Yeah. And it was fun. And I never thought that I would ever do that. But one of my exes wanted to do that. And it was with another dude. So it took me like a year to actually say yes because I just was blown away. Like
That was even an option.
Yeah, and like I didn't care to. Like it was fun, but I didn't care to.
Yeah.
Right. So, but after him bringing it up so many times over that year, I'm like, okay. So I found somebody.
What were like the rules? Because
Yeah.
I feel like in an
rules,
open
yeah.
relationship, you definitely have to have
For sure.
rules, and probably in a poly one too.
And I was like,
Wait, can you tell me what is the difference between a poly and an open?
so isn't poly when you have like another boyfriend or girlfriend with your
Poly is like you're
spouse?
committed to
more
more
than one.
more than one person.
But you're both committed. You're all committed to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be like if Alex and I were girlfriends and then
Added Jessie.
we just added Jesse, but that was the only person that we added.
Or you could add me too, and we'll all have
and then
our.
Yes.
we'll all okay, but then we're not allowed to add anybody else, like sleep around with
Yeah,
other
no,
people.
We just
okay.
sleep around with
With each other.
with this
Okay.
relationship. But an open relationship is when monogamous to one person. No, you're not monogamous. You're
Non-monogamous.
non-monogamous, but
see-
you're in a relationship with one person, but open to other people
To me,
according to your rules.
An open relationship to me means you can sleep with other people. Most likely you'll have to tell the person that you're with, like if it happens, but
Yeah.
they don't have to be there, right? That wasn't like my situation.
Okay.
My man had to be there.
Okay.
It never was talked about being an option to not be there.
So like voyeurism. They like to watch you.
Yes and no. Like he wouldn't sit in the corner and jack off.
Okay.
But he would like be in the bed with us and like it would always be one of them doing something to me, never them doing it to each other. anything.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was kind of open, but like kind of not.
Okay.
We also didn't do it with another girl, and I wanted to,
Oh, you did?
but
Okay.
he didn't really care to.
Okay.
So, but that, and then yeah, like for sure would be in a poly relationship. I think that'd be so much fun.
Really?
Honestly, I think it'd
Okay.
be so much fun. Like think about that.
I couldn't. Both of these relationships, you have to have one. You can't be insecure,
That.
and you just have to one be on the same page.
Yeah.
And I'm just not there.
I thought, I thought I was on the same page as, that person that I was doing that with.
Yeah.
Come to find out, I've heard this person say that I cheated, that I wasn't following rules,
But that
I
wasn't
did,
true.
was doing things behind the back. And I'm like, bitch, the fuck I was.
No.
That's why it's like so
I
important.
got the receipts to prove it.
I didn't do shit. Like, honestly, like, it actually was really disheartening because I would go out of my way to make sure that I was 100% upfront and honest about every fucking thing because I never wanted there to be any trust
Animosity,
issues.
yeah.
And I wanted us to be good no matter what, period.
Yeah.
Like, that was my focus.
No,
That was
totally.
my focus. And to hear that, I was like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I definitely am not a cheater and I was never, not even a fucking message.
Yeah.
Crossed the line.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I don't think I could be in either one of those just because for me, like, I know I can be very bratty. And if the other person that my partner is sleeping with is not bratty, I'm gonna be like, oh, they're gonna leave me for this person because she's perfect. And I'm like a bratty psychopath sometimes. So like, I think insecurity would get in the way for me for sure. But like, we've talked about doing like, a threesome, maybe one night stand type of situation. But I don't know, like we just,
Even those, you have to be like on the right page because I feel
Right?
like I've gone into like threesomes or like open relationships, like
Yeah.
thinking that we were on the same page, but like in your case, Alex, like it's like turned back on you. Like, oh, so why do you like that person? Why do you want to
Yeah.
have the threesome with that one? Like, oh, I know why you want to do that because
Yeah.
of this and that, you
Yeah.
know? So like it just gets like
It can
you
get
really,
messy.
yeah, it gets messy. Your partnership has to be ready for
Yeah.
that type of relationship. And then I just know me. I feel like people are a lot to handle, so I can't imagine 2 or 3.
oh, for sure.
I would.
Yeah.
Why do I love this thought so much though, and you guys hate it?
No, I don't hate it.
I mean, I don't
would,
hate it.
Okay.
Like I could do a threesome and then goodbye, leave.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like,
No, I would do it. We would just need a contract because I don't want what happened to you to happen to me. You know what I mean?
whole
So we would need a
contract.
whole contract and an NDA and like all of that stuff. We would need a whole contract.
Dude, okay, me and my ex, one of them, we literally would talk about having a girlfriend. Like, who could it be?
Really?
Or a guy living in our
Who
house.
was the options? Was there any options?
You.
Me? I was not. I feel so honored.
I know.
Was I really an option? Shut up.
you should have chose me.
No, you
I
should
wanna
have
be-
chose me.
I want to be chosen.
Wait, was Bennett ever an option?
To be my boyfriend? No.
Oh no, because you're gay.
Okay, so actually, like, about the open relationship thing though, and not.
I'm just in shock. I was an option. That feels so like you just made my whole week. That's
like-
my pit or peak. That's my peak.
Change it, scratch
yeah,
that.
scratch my
I'm
other
like covering
peak.
my face, so embarrassed. Okay, anyway.
No.
But like, yeah, so there's that. But about the open relationship, like, it was never like an option, like I said, to do it like when they're not there, right? Like that
Yeah.
the person wasn't there. But they did want me to be doing it and then him come home and walk in the bedroom and like not know.
Like you not tell them that that person was
me not
gonna
tell my partner that I set up this play date.
rendezvous. Yeah.
It seems
then-
oddly specific.
And then have him come home.
My question is, with both of these relationships, what is the benefits of it? Like, what's the benefits of an open relationship and what's the benefits of a poly relationship?
That's a good question,
is.
Bennett.
I think that the benefit of an open relationship would be because, like, I think, love is amazing. And I think that you can have a lot of connections with a lot of different people on different levels. And just to, like, I'm very, like, sexually charged in nature because I'm Taurus, I'm earth grounded, like, and to only be with one person where, like, you could have, like, so many other experiences with somebody else is just, I don't know. I just feel like if you're with the right person who also is, similar, like-minded, then it could work. But I feel like a lot of people are not there mentally. But I do feel like the benefit would be connecting with people. Negative, though, aspects of it, I feel like would cause a lot of problems in relationships.
You think so?
I do feel like it. Like, even people who think that they're okay and like it would be fine, I do feel like it could cause issues. And poly, the benefit, I mean,
You got a team.
I
You got a squad.
okay, that is what I think about. Like, living with 2 other people who I love would be so much fun.
Yeah.
Literally, like, because you wouldn't be bored. Like, if like your partner's gone, like the other person's probably gonna be there. Maybe you would always have 2 best friends. Like,
Yeah.
And then I was thinking, if it was a girl, like that would be so fucking fun.
Oh, that
And
would
like you
be-
guys could like divvy everything up too, because like it's
Yeah.
not only 2 people, it could be like 3 or 4.
Yep,
So
like
like
bills and
bills, cleaning,
Yeah.
chores.
Yeah.
In this economy, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That
See,
would be
I
We're
don't-
about to
great.
see a lot of poly relationships.
I
Okay?
feel like they're already like. I feel like there are more happening.
Where do you think that's at though? Like, where are they hiding in Utah?
My friend
Like,
think
just
they're
told me.
hiding.
I had a friend just tell me the other day that she got hit up by this couple, and now she's in a relationship with them.
Yeah, and I remember I worked with this girl at a bar. One day she was like, yeah, my boyfriend's coming to pick me up. Next day she was like, yeah, my boyfriend's coming to pick me up. And it was like a total different dude. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And she was like, yeah, they're both my boyfriends.
Do they know?
That's
No,
hot
they
girl shit.
yeah, they all know too. They all
Hot
know.
girl shit. I
But
love that.
Going back to what you said, somebody told me that like one person can't be your everything.
And I think that's hard. That could be hard for someone else to understand.
Yeah.
I think that, like, at least, like, how I look at it is I don't have one person specifically that's my everything because I have 2 kids, I have a partner, you know, I have all these people that I love so much. So for me, it would be a lot easier to understand that. But whereas someone that's like not had that, they would be like, how am I not your everything? Like, you don't love me as much as you love that person. You're fucking them more than me. You're talking to them more. You're romantically and emotionally more attached, whatever, you know? So I could see how it could go both ways.
Yeah.
That's why I contract.
Yeah.
Contract.
I feel like culturally too, like we're so used to like monogamous relationships and like marriage in this country. Whereas like my dad, he's from Liberia. He had 3 wives.
Did he?
3 wives.
Damn.
You know,
Yeah, it actually
and a bunch
is-
of kids. And like they did it together, you know?
It was like a little village.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was a village.
Yeah.
So, you know, like I feel like culturally too, it's just like we're just so focused on marriage and
Yeah.
monogamous
We're a
that
little
it's,
far
like, out
behind.
there.
Because I mean, you think about it this way, having you and your partner and then having someone else, you and your partner could work 24/7 and then that other person could stay home and clean and cook. And then you come home and you guys just all fuck each other. And then,
But I was actually thinking about it with the person that I was talking to about because we were married at the time.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it like I come home and like they're fucking.
you would have liked that?
No, I would not necessarily like it, but I'm like that's something that I had to think about, and I was fine with it. You know, like after thinking all the way through. But I'm like, damn, like if we have another person, guy or girl, like
Yeah.
my husband could be sleeping with that person at night.
Yeah. Sharing.
A bed.
Would you all 3 share the bed?
No, I didn't
No.
even sleep in the same bed.
Oh, each
So-
have your own room.
Own room. Well, because of snoring, I need my sleep, so I
Oh,
can't.
yeah,
I
yeah.
sleep
I get
better
that.
with like just by myself, anyways.
Yeah.
But like we had a lot of conversations about it, and that was like definitely hard for me at first to think about. But I was like,
bet.
oh, fine.
Interesting.
And then I'm like, well, then he would have to come home and find me and them.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be vice versa, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe you could all come home.
Sounds
and all
Exactly.
It does sound
do it,
fun.
You know?
Yeah, it doesn't sound bad.
So Amelia, would you? Okay, well, because you've been with guys too,
Yeah.
and would you ever do a guy and a girl?
No, penis just is not. I've never been the type of person that penetration is my thing. Like, it's just not. It hurts for me because I got stitched up way too fucking much when I had the babies. They gave me the husband stitch at 17, which that's a whole nother
Sick.
thing. That's sick. It's disgusting.
What
Yeah,
the hell is that?
To
Okay,
tighten
so
you up a little bit.
they tighten you up and they call it the husband stitch. They gave that
So
to me
be
at
tighter.
17. It's
Yikes.
disgusting. Yeah, and then they did it again to me when I was when I had my second one. So penetration has never been my thing.
my thing.
Is it?
I mean,
really? Yeah, no,
I mean, I
it's
like,
just not
I like
my
having
thing.
sex with guys.
Yeah,
right?
you do. Yeah, and
Yeah.
I don't, and
Yeah,
I
okay.
now I know
Not my thing
why. It's
Shut up. Bennett.
No, I just like penetrating.
oh really?
Wait, so
I'm
how
really
do you
interested
how do
in
you
this.
find out like what you like? You have to do it, or you
have
just
to do
know?
it, yeah.
Oh, so you're a top.
You don't just know. You don't
You're a
just know.
top. Okay.
No, because I thought I was bottom at first. And then like when I topped, I was like, oh, this is what I'm supposed
Yeah.
to be doing.
So how many like is it hard to find a bottom?
No, it's hard to find tops.
Really?
Really?
What?
What?
Yeah.
What?
I would be a top.
I would want to be a top.
I would want to be a top.
We're all alpha.
Yeah. No, I would want a top.
Yeah, like that's.
Oh, are you a top?
Am I a top? No, not in this relationship. No, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, I was with four
Actually,
girls.
we're switch.
Okay.
Not when it comes.
Versatile.
We don't do like the strap or anything like that anymore. But like I've never strapped her down. But like now that it's just like clitoris stuff, I'm either a top or she's. Yeah, it's a switch
I was
type
having a
of.
conversation with like 4 girls last night, and they were like, "Oh, if I'm with a girl, I'm definitely a bottom. No, I'm a top. I'm like, and I'm.
I
like,
don't really think there is.
I don't know what that means.
That just means that like what I
Who's gonna penetrate and who's not?
what I got from the conversation was like the girls who said that they were tops were gonna be the ones who were like eating the girl and like
Yeah, that's what
and the other girl wouldn't be doing that.
unless you're talking about a strap.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't a strap?
They were definitely
Because
talking
I could never see myself. How embarrassing would that be if I put a fucking strap on?
Oh my God.
No, that's so ugly.
I feel like a lot of
Oh my
girls do it
God.
though. I really do.
I don't like
Get
it.
you one at Amazon.
You could. I don't know. It's just not for me. I don't want to put a strap on. I don't want to do all that. I've got, my tongue is amazing. I've got a long one.
It was
so
definitely what they were talking about though, was the tongue.
was the tongue. Okay. Well, then I'm a switch in that.
I would be both.
You would be?
Yeah, so like when they were saying that, I'm like, well, fuck, I would be both, I feel like.
Yeah, I'm both too. That's, no, you kind of have to be.
Ask Alex. Alex asks you, are you a top or a bottom?
That was a good question.
Thanks, Brooke. For real. All right, so it is that time of the podcast where we have our resilient guest. And this week, I'm just so excited to have Jackie Cunningham on.
Hey, girl.
Legend.
Hey.
Party's here.
What up?
And Jackie is going to talk to us about who she is and what she's done and just some fun stories about her career. And
I actually do have a lot of super random stories. Celebrities I made mad, you know, that
Oh,
said,
yes.
we'll never be on
Let's-
the show again. And I'm like, what did I say?
let's get into that.
I'm so nice, right?
Oh, I can't wait to hear who.
Yeah, so obviously Alex and I became friends, gosh, what, like 5 years ago?
6
years ago?
Yeah.
Because she was dating and is now married to someone that used to be on the morning show I did when I was at KISS in Seattle, like for, I don't know, 2001 to 2015.
But not married anymore almost.
Oh, not anymore. Yeah. But that's how I met you.
Yes.
So that was a blessing, you know. But the reason that we kind of have this bond is because it's really hard to find someone that's been through almost the exact same thing you've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did a morning show with my husband, then we broke up, had to go on the air for like 3 years or 2.5 years or whatever it was, you know, after that. And it's just not normal to be in a studio, a soundproof studio with your ex-husband for that long. It's just not normal, guys. And it's been like 10 years now since we split up. And we're just now getting along really well.
Yeah.
So I try to tell people now when we talk about if they're going through a bad breakup and if you have kids together, like you're going to still be linked to that person for sure for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
So I just go, trust me on this. Anything you can take the high road on when you can, do it, because it could be 10 years from now, everyone could be getting along really well and you'll kind of wish you'd done it sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now your kids are grown.
Yeah, now my kids are out of the house. I'm a total empty nester, but even with that going on, they kind of, I think you can tell they're so much less stressed since their parents can be in the same room and we've gone on a trip together and I mean, it's, you know, it just took so long.
Yeah, and he's remarried. You get along with his new wife, which is awesome.
I went over to my house, the house that I picked out when we were married for Thanksgiving and my kids and I were there. It was crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
your old
Girl.
house.
No, everyone
It
goes, are
couldn't
you
have
okay? And
been
I go,
me.
yeah. I mean, again, it was not easy at the beginning, but when enough time passes and like the emotions are gone, you know, like you just have to
You
get
kind of have
past
to let
that.
it go.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
think it's healthy for anybody to just hold a grudge for forever.
Yeah.
Like my mom does that. My mom still complains about things that happened when she was like 25. And she is just as angry at those people as she was when she was 25.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort and energy.
It
like,
does.
That
It
doesn't,
does.
It's not
But
self-serving
I think
at all.
looking at it this way, I guess with the house situation,
Yeah.
you could be like, well, I got to start over new. I got to start over completely fresh, whereas they
I mean,
didn't get to fully, you know?
And I'm sure it was awkward when she moved in.
Oh, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, I go,
Because you're
I'm-
like, oh, I love this cabinet. And then he's like, oh, well, she picked it out.
It's
you
funny
know?
because when I do go over there, there's so much stuff that's different. I'll
Yeah.
go, oh my God, I remember that this was this. And, you know,
Yeah.
but it enough time has passed again where I don't even really remember living there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
my
It's like a
kids were
different
little.
life, huh?
Yeah. And we are very, very different in life as far
Mm-hmm.
as like, he's much more of a disciplinarian and I'm like pretty laid back.
Yeah.
Because that's how my dad was, you know? And so I think, I just had to focus on just my kids and like
Of
our
course.
relationships, you
Yeah.
know, like making sure they were super strong and they are.
Yeah.
I mean, my daughter just left to go to Chapman University down in Orange, California,
Okay.
for their film school.
Oh, that's awesome.
But she's like sharp as a tack. She got her associate's degree. She just graduated from high school.
Yeah,
This
dude.
last year, she graduated
Smart.
with her associate's degree and then got accepted into this film school that's very hard to get into. And she was 17.
Wow.
Crazy.
Love
That is
that.
so crazy. It's crazy to hear, because that's Bailey, right?
Yeah, I was pregnant
It's-
on the air
Yeah,
with
you
Bailey.
were. And I remember that when I was, I think I was like 15 or 16 maybe, and you were
Yeah.
talking about how you're having a baby, whatever.
Oh,
Like, It's crazy that I bet. I'm sure it was.
Miserable because Jordan, who's 6 years older than Bailey, he just wanted to be born. And we've talked about this because his birthday is 11/11/99.
Oh.
So it's 11/11/1999. So
Yes.
he's like an angel number
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be born like 2 months later than when he was born. He just kept trying to be born. I kept going into labor. So he like picked his birthday really because my
Insane.
mom.
Oh, I
Awesome.
love
Darcy.
that.
But I was also very small and never got giant because he was like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
So I was like, people complain about this pregnancy stuff. It's so easy, guys.
Yeah.
And maybe I didn't even really look that pregnant, even from behind. You couldn't tell. And then, of course, I get pregnant with Bailey. I'm 5'2", 5'3". I was just a giant weeble wobble. Like, I kind of look like Eric Cartman from South Park.
Yeah.
I
Oh
was just round.
gosh.
And she was not coming early. So I
Yeah.
was just like, oh my God, how do people do this?
Yeah.
Like I had to do the show from the house for a while. I mean, like at the very
Oh.
end, they hooked all the equipment up at our house. And I did fall asleep on the air one morning.
did?
Oh, that's
Because
so
I
funny.
was like
God.
so miserable. I couldn't sleep at night, and then you're still getting up at what, like 5:30. So I'd be in our office, and I had this big leather recliner, and I'd have my headphones on and be listening. But we went to commercial or did something or played something we'd recorded, and I just sat back and was relaxed, and I just got so comfortable. And then whatever they were playing ended, and they could hear me just like real quietly, like
Oh my God.
like that.
I'm dead.
Oh, it
On
was
the
so
computer,
funny.
They can't like
I hope
tap
they
you or
played that
something.
on
Oh
the-
God, yeah,
Yeah,
I heard
that's
that. I
fucking
heard about
funny.
that one for a long time.
That
That's
is
so
funny.
funny.
But it's because you don't have those people around you
Right,
in studio to like keep you awake.
you
And,
up.
yeah, you don't even have that same like stimulant that you need around you. And I
Yeah.
was just
It's
like,
different.
oh, this is too hard. I can't do it.
I have a question. So, how did you get into radio? Is this something that you really were interested in and
Yeah.
worked towards, or did you get on the radio just because of your ex?
Oh God, no.
Okay, so you've
they
been
met.
in the
Oh
radio.
no, we met in
world.
radio. So
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
But I will say that I do think he helped me though get my start in general because when you start in radio, someone has to give you a chance really in the
Oh,
most
yeah.
part. And when I met him, I had gone to Mount Hood Community College up in Gresham for their radio program. Got that, started working at Z100 Portland, but I was off the air. And then I met Bender when he came to do nights. But really everything kind of happened organically, you know, because we like left and moved cross country and we both worked at radio stations in all these different places. And then when we were in Pittsburgh back in like 95, 96, I guess, they put us together to do a show together. So that's kind of how that started.
Okay, so how long was that? Like from Z100 Portland
Oh,
all the way over
I
to
was
when they put you
only,
guys together?
Like 21 or almost 22 when I was working at Z100, and then we moved to Wilkes-Barre, Scranton together. Which
Where
did you guys
where
ever
is
watch?
that?
Is that?
Did you guys ever watch The Office?
Yes.
Okay. There was always a bumper sticker on Dwight's desk, Froggy 101. That's in Wilkes-Barre, Scranton, and I did mornings on Froggy 101
Oh, my
as
gosh.
Jackie Jumper with Roger Ribbit in the morning.
Oh,
dead.
Gosh.
Everybody
The
had to
old
have
radio
frog names.
names?
Yeah, everyone had to have frog names. Like Amphibian was a great one, right? Yeah, so that one always makes people laugh because they all remember that bumper sticker on Dwight's
Yeah.
desk. And that's where it is. And I mean, how many times in The Office did they do episodes about how gross it was there? Oh, it was gross.
Was it?
It was gross.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, all the kids there get the first day of school off.
I still don't
for
know where it
hunting
is.
season. Oh, Pennsylvania.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, Wilkes-Barre,
Okay, yeah.
Scranton. It's like basically dirty snow for about 6 months out of the year.
Hate dirty snow,
It's
and
terrible.
it's there forever. It's like it
It's
doesn't
terrible.
melt. Doesn't go
Yeah,
away.
and I remember I just did not like it. Everybody, it was very redneck. I just couldn't take it. But I was driving in the morning, I think, when I went to work. It was dark out, and I saw when I got to work, I was telling my husband, I said, "Well, I did see somebody in the neighborhood set up like it looked like a nativity scene or something for Christmas. I go, at least it'll look better then." And then I'm driving home, and now it's light outside. And it was not Christmas decorations. It was a deer that they had hanging to like gut the deer.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh!
Like
hell
I just thought what I thought was like, oh, is that Rudolph? Like, are they decorating their house? And
Why
not-
was it? Was
why was it-
Rudolph, but he was dead.
they killed Rudolph. It was disgusting.
Oh,
and so I was
my
like, you know
God.
what? I take that back. This place is still horrible.
Wait, okay, so you guys were married then?
Yeah, well, when we went to Wilkes-Barre, we actually got married when we went on vacation. We eloped, and so we just got married. And then after it was like 1 year to the day, like the day your contract's up, like you can't get in that U-Haul fast enough. Oh, so yeah. Then we went to Roanoke, Virginia,
Okay.
Star City of the South. I worked at a rock station that was in a double wide trailer.
Oh, wow.
I was Jackie Daniels. I hosted the Liquid Lunch.
That
from the
sounds
rock,
like a
from the
stripper
rock and roll
Yeah, it
double
does.
wide. There were gunshot holes in the studio windows.
What the hell?
Yeah, it was a double wide trailer. Okay,
Definitely adds character.
I did have fun, and then we went to Pittsburgh. After Pittsburgh, when we got teamed up to do mornings together, we ended up coming to Seattle. And I'm from Portland, so I was really wanting to get back to the Northwest. And
Yeah. So what year did you start in Seattle?
Jordan was only one, so it was like 2000.
Okay. And then you left in 2015.
So
and
15 years, which is a long run. It was a
my
great
God, so
run,
many
too.
radio people
Amazing
never
run.
get to spend 15 years in the same, market. And the one thing I do get sad about still with us splitting up and me leaving Kiss at the time is just that the reason, like when we first split up, it was like very, very cordial, and it was like, hey, well, at least we can always keep our kids in the same town. You know what I mean? It was just this perfect thing, even though we're divorcing our kids. With radio, you have to kind of go where jobs are. But then everything kind of changed, and it wasn't as great for a while. So I really had to make the choice on if I should stay or if I should go. And I really just did not think that we would ever speak again if I did not leave. Like, when things get just so bad and you go, no, we won't be friends again. And I just knew I could not. I just knew it would not get better at that point. But, look at me now, a decade later, guys, I'm thriving.
I love that.
That's right. I know that's
my
right.
parents still don't talk.
that.
So
Well, that's the thing. I mean, like, there's so many people who I know now who are divorced, and they're like, and they have kids together, and they're like, yeah, no, we barely talk. I'm like, you guys still meet at McDonald's? Your kids are 18. Like those awkward drop-offs. You go,
I'm doing that right now. So yeah.
it's the worst.
And
It's
I
the
don't even
worst.
do the drop-offs. I have to have other people do the drop-offs for me.
Can you say what the deal is with you guys? I mean, I
Domestic
know.
violence.
Oh, so-
on his end, not my end. Even though.
Are you sure?
Should have. I should have. I should have. I should have. But no, not on
could've.
my end. I could have.
Coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
How old are your kids?
So I have two baby daddies. The first baby daddy's amazing. Love him, love his wife. We hang out like cool, cordial. Second baby daddy. Oh, fuck. Should I even say it? Yeah, it's fine. Whatever. It's fine. The other baby daddy. So I have an 11-year-old daughter and then a 6-year-old son.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one that we have to do the
6-year-old
awkward,
son.
the awkward drop-offs
Yeah.
and all that.
Bailey was only like 6 when we split up. So
Really? Okay.
yeah. Okay.
yeah.
So I grew up listening to Jackie on the radio, and I never thought I would ever be in radio. Like, it was never anything that I ever wanted to do or thought I would ever do, but
Yeah.
it just kind of like fell.
it just happened.
Yes.
Well, wasn't it COVID where you guys just started doing like podcasts and stuff from home? Yeah.
Yeah, we started doing podcasts, which, for me was tragic. Like, I had never done anything like that before.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot, and it was fun. Like, I enjoyed it.
Well,
And then-
because you didn't have to really be stressed. Like,
Yeah.
if it's like, if you have a podcast, you're like, well, listen, if you don't like it, then go somewhere else.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was actually
So
really
fun.
really good for me to start in radio during COVID times because I'm very introverted. Like, especially at like a place like that where there's a lot of people there
Yeah.
in a new industry that I'm in, it would have been very overwhelming. But there was nobody there except people who were on air, so it was so nice for years. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it was so nice. Nobody was in the building.
I think
And-
it would be terrifying because I had to work my way up, like from a tragic jazz station in Gresham, Oregon. You know, each place you work, you got more comfortable.
Yeah.
And so I can't even imagine starting my first radio job
Right off
in
the bat.
Seattle.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
that's
On the
terrifying.
morning show.
Yeah, that'd
On
be
the morning show.
terrifying.
Yeah, I mean,
And you
I
killed it.
I had a great support system at the time.
Totally worked out then.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of ... So anyway.
So it was so much fun, but I just remember like listening to you for so long, and like you're just so iconic, especially in Seattle.
Are we allowed to ask why you got divorced?
I think when you work together, as long as we work together, something just changed where I felt like we were coworkers, like he was my boss.
And they had a
not
very
my
successful
husband.
show, like
Yeah.
for a very long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And I really think that the show would still be thriving if we were able to get along better back then. I really do.
For sure.
Yeah, because I mean, it's hard to find heritage shows anymore. People
Totally.
that people grew up with. We were on the air for 9/11,
Right.
when it happened, like
Wow.
watching
Yeah.
it live, going, "Oh my gosh, another
Yeah.
plane just hit." So yeah, I think back to stuff like that, and I'm like, I really do think it kind of got blown up when it didn't have to be.
Yeah.
Now that I'm past it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I really just didn't know how to handle it because I'm not a confrontational person, and it just felt like there was emotions were running too high, and just like it was not going to chill out.
Yeah.
So you guys grew apart.
Yeah.
And how's that transition both like on air and off air for you? I'm surprised you guys continue to do
Well, we
the
were
show. So.
under contract, but we when we first split up, we were actually both kind of like, yeah, okay, let's do this. We can do this, and everything was really great for a while, actually. And then I can't even remember like where the switch got flipped. You know what I mean? Like, it went from really good to kind of bad. And the way I look at it, I love radio. I grew up in high school listening to the Z100 Morning Zoo, and I was like, I'm going to do morning radio when I get older.
I love
What
that.
are the odds that I really got? It's really rare that you know what you want to do and you get to do it. But I started knowing that if I was miserable in studio, people could hear it. And I think of women that are going through divorces, or maybe they have a boss that's mean to them. And I thought, I don't want to listen to this on their way to work. Like, who wants to listen to this?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't really want to be there at the time, So I did not feel like it was gonna just one day be better again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's weird. Now my kids, it's funny because Bailey was only 6 when I left. And then I was over at Hubbard Radio for like a year, but she doesn't really remember when we were on the air together. Jordan remembers more.
Yeah.
But Bailey doesn't remember much, and she'll always be like talking about her dad who's in radio, and I'm like,
That's insane. I remember you guys bringing Bailey so much.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's really hard for me because I feel like they didn't get to see me when I
That
was
sucks.
doing the best, because I really miss radio and
But-
I love it, but it's changed so much. You guys know we're doing a podcast.
Yeah.
But Bailey has to know, though, that you're an icon. It's Jackie and Bender in Seattle.
You know what the funniest thing is that my kids think's hilarious is that there's a wiki page about our divorce that somebody else put up.
Oh my I'm
It
gonna
was
look at it right now.
Yeah, it was like Jackie and Bender divorce, and we just crack up. That I'm going, would you think I'd have to put that up? Or all right.
Right?
I don't think it's super accurate either.
No, it's like some random person
Yeah,
who
I
just.
went, all right, okay.
So like how things ended on that show, did that like hinder your journey in radio?
Well,
Is that like why you don't
you know
do it
what
now?
hindered it was, I did kind of leave quietly, and then you get new program directors, you get all these new people in town that want to bring their own people.
Yeah.
So I've been off the air long enough in Seattle now that I know that most of the bosses in town don't even know that I was ever on the air here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what hurt me was that I could not move because Bailey still had all this time in school. Jordan still had to graduate. So I couldn't just pick up and move. And with radio, that's kind of what you have to do.
Yeah.
You get an offer. I got certain offers. I just couldn't take them. And then Bailey just graduated. And now I feel like I've kind of been out of the game for a while. And it's just hard to get back in it.
Yeah.
And I'm not really at a point in life where I really want to move across the country to start over anyway.
And
Yeah.
radio's dying.
It is.
And
It's-
radio doesn't
it's-
pay enough.
No, I mean, that's the irony is we always made great money.
Yeah.
And now it is not about money. Like it is
I
like,
mean, I feel like the
it's
people
about what
who-
they can get out of somebody. Like if you
Oh,
could do
yeah.
7 jobs.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, that was me. They were like
Oh,
juicing
yeah.
me
But, right?
for
It's
everything.
exhausting. It was always,
Yep.
at least being on the morning show was always, you knew you were going to make good money.
Yeah, but you guys did. Nobody else did.
We did, yeah, because we had an agent. And so it's like, we couldn't.
My
we
agent
couldn't-
was your agent.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I think it's because we might have given our agent's number to
Yeah,
your soon-to-be ex-husband.
probably did.
Yeah, literally, I have so many friends now that use my agent, and I'm like, that's funny. But I'm not with that agent anymore because, again, all these things changed when
Yeah,
I
same,
got
so I got
divorced. Well, I just was like, I
not
was
bitter at all.
really kind of freaking out at a certain point because I felt like I didn't know who I could trust.
Oh,
what
I
mean?
bet,
'Cause
yeah.
It's a very cutthroat business.
Yeah.
And I kind of had realized at that point, the station I went to after Kiss, that I kind of got set up and screwed over there. So I was sort of like, I don't know. Like, is it smart to have the same agent that your ex-husband has in the same town?
Did you? Or, oh, you
The
didn't.
same market.
So I
Yeah.
did not re-sign with them.
I think
Yeah.
that's probably best.
Yeah.
I think that was probably best.
I mean, he was a great agent. I was never leaving because of him. It was
Yeah.
just everyone was like, you probably need to separate
Some
things.
independence
Yeah.
from the situation.
and
Yeah.
that's what's I feel like is the most healthy is to separate things.
That's what I was trying to do because I thought
Yeah.
if we had less things we were connected by,
Yeah.
then we could work through everything, and over time things would get better.
Totally.
And you know what has really made us close again? It's
What?
super weird. But it just makes sense to me as he got remarried and then they just had a daughter 2 years ago. And she is precious. Like I literally make plans to see them so I can go hang with Mackenzie. And every time she comes to my house, I give her anything she sees. Like she go, oh, I love this bowl. I go, take it. Like I literally, my kids say I'm Shawshanking her, like sneaking things in and out of prison. But I always like go, you want that? It's yours.
It's yours.
That is
It's
actually
hilarious.
so weird to think about, Jackie. Like,
know.
You guys have come a long way.
Well, but I think they always thought that I had a problem with them having a child. I'm like, my kids are now your child's, they're brothers and
We're
sisters.
family. Like
Yeah, and so when Mackenzie was little, I found this cute little antique school desk, you know, the kind where the wood's connected to the desk.
Yeah.
And I like ordered it because it was on the East Coast at an antique store, and I finished it and I painted it. I put Mackenzie's name across it and all this stuff.
Dude, that's so
and they,
sweet.
Well, they came over for something to get Bailey or something, and I go, oh wait, I've got Mackenzie's birthday present. I go, I'm sorry, it's really late because she turned 1. And I gave it to them. They both looked kind of surprised. They were like, I thought you hated us. And I was like, no, I didn't hate you guys.
Yeah.
So I think it was just that so much time had passed where everybody was confused about everybody, like who liked who and who
Yeah.
didn't. And then it was kind of like Mackenzie is what kind of broke the ice, I think.
Yeah.
And then every time I'd see pictures of her with my kids, it was so they love each other and it's so
Yeah.
sweet. And I'm like, when I'm gone someday, when I'm gone, he's gone, she's gone, those 3 will have each other.
Yeah.
So I never wanted it to be like where they go, she's my half sister. You know, like,
Yeah.
no, she's your sister.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that helped a lot too. It
How
is
old are
weird.
they?
Jordan just turned 24.
No, the parents.
Oh,
of-
you know, I don't know exactly how old Rachel is, but
young.
my ex-husband's like a year older than me, so he's in his 50s.
Okay.
And she's
then-
what, in her-
and
I
how
think
old
she's
is
in her
Mackenzie?
30s. She's 2.
Wow, I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine having a 2-year-old.
They literally, so my old house is like around the corner from me because I still had to kind of live close to the kids' school, and
Oh.
I made them bring Mackenzie over for Halloween because I wanted to see her costume.
Yeah.
But it was really a bonus, like for me, it was a present because I got to see my ex-husband dressed as Tigger. I want to say Rachel was dressed as a bunny, and then Mackenzie was little Pooh Bear.
Oh.
So I really there out of the car and I go, this is all I ever need in life.
Yeah.
That's all I ever need.
That's amazing.
It was so funny, but she starts walking to my door, and Rachel's like, we got to go. And she's like, but I want to stay here.
Oh. What does she call you?
Well, I'm just Jackie.
Just Jackie?
Yeah.
Okay.
And for some reason, she couldn't pronounce my son Jordan's name, so she's always called him Dooney.
Dooney?
Yeah, so we just laugh.
Cute.
Now we always go,
Cute.
Dooney's coming home this weekend. And then Bailey she just calls her B.
Oh,
And
cute.
so Bailey actually got her first tattoo of a bumblebee on her arm for her
Oh,
dad.
that's so sweet.
I
See,
know.
and I love that because
That's
that's
so
how it is
cute.
Yeah.
with my first.
Yeah.
Yes. And, their son. And then my son, too. Like, I just got a text, actually, that they're all hanging out at Nana's house because that's just what they
But
do.
doesn't
That's
that
how
make life so much easier?
makes it so much easier. Like I love Ashton so much. Ashley, like I save clothes for him. Like
Are you going to Shawshank things over there too? You gonna,
Oh,
like,
yes.
bring
If
over
they
items you
will-
don't want at your
yeah.
house?
Anytime Ashton's at my house, I'm like, you want candy? Do you want chips? You want Cheetos?
Oh, we're the fun houses,
Yeah,
guys.
no, I love it.
I love that everyone goes, oh my gosh, does it make you want more kids? I'm like, no,
No,
hell no. But
absolutely
I love
not.
her, and
Yes.
she can come over whenever she wants,
Yeah.
and
Yes.
then I'll send her home with half of the
And I
little
can send her
trinkets on my
back.
shelf.
Yes.
And then I'll see her like in a week or 2.
Yeah, no, I love it because I
So
get to
much
be the
easier.
fun one, and then I get to sugar them up, and then
Yep.
bye.
It's kind of like it made me realize that's why people like being grandparents.
Oh, for sure.
Because it's like
yes.
I don't have to worry about her, but I can have fun with her, and I bought her the cutest
Or like
outfit
a
one
gunkle.
time.
Yes.
Because Rachel works at Starbucks and they do the bring your daughter to work day thing. So when I heard she was going, I go, oh my gosh! I found her this little toddler business suit. It's like a little crop top with the pants and the blazer. I go, this has to happen. And then I got her a sippy cup and I put the Starbucks sticker on it. So she got to go to work and she looked so cool.
Oh my
Jackie,
god.
like, I can't even picture like you and Rachel getting along. Like
No,
this is insane.
Really, the weirdest thing is that when I first met her, it was at a Jingle Bell Bash backstage. Like
Jingle Bell
second to last
Bash,
one
wow.
it was like I had one more after that. And I liked her right away.
There's
Like
so
we got
much
along
fun.
great right away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just again, emotions got in the way, and everybody got crazy. And I think.
Wait, okay.
yeah.
You met her backstage because your ex brought her.
yeah,
She
he
didn't
was-
work in radio too.
No,
Okay.
no. He was actually trying to be polite by going like, "Oh, I think you're gonna meet Rachel tonight, but I got her some tickets." Out. I go, "You put your girlfriend out in the like general admission? What are you doing?" And he goes, "Well, I didn't want to make you uncomfortable." I'm like, "Oh my god."
So you were like, I'm gonna get her.
So
backstage.
she got backstage, yeah, because I
That's
thought,
right.
no, you guys have been dating long enough that you don't just stick her out.
Yeah.
No.
I would
So
never
cute.
be like, excuse me, if I was Rachel, I'd be like, hell no, I'm not gonna go sit out there.
I know, right?
Right.
She was so sweet. She was like, didn't know radio at all, I think. And I'm like, no, dude, you don't send her out there.
That probably was cool to her either way, though. So she probably didn't know. But whereas we're kind of
Don't
bougie,
know.
we would have been like,
Yeah.
I'm
No
not going to sit with
way.
the peasants.
Well, no, to my
General
like future
admission.
husband, I'd be
my
like, excuse me.
Right?
kids, though, like we really did ruin our kids, especially Jordan, because he's 24 now, but he remembers never having to sit in regular seats.
I love that.
He remembers getting to interview people on the purple carpet at
Oh,
the
yeah.
Disney award things or whatever. Or Miley Cyrus's 16th birthday or whatever it was.
Shut up.
They
That's so
always
cool.
were backstage or in studio and stuff like that. So, I mean, Bailey interviewed Justin Bieber.
Yeah.
And the funniest part was with at the end of it, because Bailey's very independent and she's like 6 or 7. I mean, she's really, maybe 5. She's young. And she goes to do the interview. And I want to say there was only 2 people in Seattle that got to interview him that trip. And I think it was Eric Powers for Cube and Bailey for Kiss.
Damn.
And she walks in and she goes, hi, nice to meet you. And he goes, oh my gosh, sweetie, you're so sweet. Do you want to sit on my lap? And she goes, no, I'd like my own chair, please.
I'm dead.
It was so funny. I go, oh my gosh, Bailey. I go, can you just hear all the girls that are cussing you out right now?
So
For not
funny.
sitting on Justin Bieber's lap.
Especially
I
at
think
that
that's
time,
actually
too.
so fucking weird that he asked her
No,
to
that
sit.
is kind of weird. It
When
is
you
a
look
little
back,
weird.
yeah.
Why would he?
like 5
that
or
is
6, but he's like,
crossing
she has
the
this
line.
cute little blonde.
I don't
with her
care.
little
That-
name
that
tag.
makes it weirder.
But how great is it that she goes, I'd like my own chair, please.
I love
Good
that.
for Bailey, because
Right?
Good for her.
So, because obviously you're thriving now, and you're actually friends with your ex.
Yeah.
But at the time, it had to be difficult because I know
Yeah.
I know how it is. I was just let
no,
go
it
from
was
radio too, so your world is
horrible,
like
yeah.
flipped upside down. So,
Yeah.
how did you find it to like persevere and actually continue,
you know,
especially in your situation where it was like
will
I can't
say,
get up and go.
And if you're ever depressed right now, because what you're dealing with, I still went through a lot of times where I was really depressed.
Yeah.
because I
It's on and
basically-
off.
I had
It's just
done
a roller
radio For
coaster.
like 23 years, it was like who I was, and then to have that gone. I can't go anywhere because our kids still have to finish school.
Gosh.
It was really, really hard, and I, like you said, radio has changed so much. So I have to almost remind myself that what I'm missing doesn't really exist anymore.
it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's
No.
completely different.
Oh my gosh, like we used to be able to do such fun things and
Yeah.
just torture our listeners. We did Sewervivor where these poor people lived in porta potties for like 30 days.
we could never.
It was when Survivor first started years ago.
No, it was
and
completely different.
We mic'd all their porta potties and they only could bring like one luxury item. So either like a pillow or a blanket. There was this sweet Japanese lady that brought paper to make the origami things because she was so bored.
I love that.
A month though. And the prize was like literally a trip around the world. Like there was like 8 trips. And so,
Whoa.
but again, now you go.
It's a whole new
There ain't
world.
shit
that
like
was
that.
not
Oh
happening.
yeah, no, but we got
Whoa.
to have so much fun.
Yeah.
And and be kind of crazy with people. And then there was some stunts in radio that went bad.
Yeah.
California.
Yeah.
Water.
The
hold your
wee?
wee for the wee.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a wee.
Hold your
And,
wee for wee.
Someone died.
well, it was just, it was like hold your wee for a wee, brought like 5 people in studio and they got jugs of water and everybody had to drink, I think, a glass every so many minutes, whatever. And then if you have to go to the bathroom, you're out.
Okay.
Well, one of the ladies, I don't know how old she was, I think she was like 30s maybe. She didn't win, but she's like said she wasn't feeling that because she's like, oh, I don't feel very good. Went home and laid down and she died.
What?
Because it's like too much water. It's like you're drowning yourself from the inside.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like water poisoning basically. It was too much water.
How does she not pee?
I think at a certain
trying to hold
point
her wee.
you can still pee, but I think your body's still absorbing a lot of that water. And she was a nurse though, so I'm
Oh,
like,
no.
if
How
you're
did
a
she
nurse,
not know
wouldn't
that?
You know that you can't do
Can't
that.
drink that
Yeah.
much water.
Yeah, and it was just to me, I was like, okay, I'm not making an excuse for the radio station, but I also go, oh my God, you're a nurse.
Yeah.
I mean, how
that-
much water did she drink?
That
Yeah.
had to be
probably
a lot.
3 or 4 jugs or something, probably. Like it was probably enough.
Yeah, that changed the
Oh,
whole
I'd be
radio
miserable.
game.
Oh.
Yeah.
Really?
So like from that on, man.
Did they get
because of-
sued or
Well,
anything?
it was a criminal case, I think, at the beginning, wasn't
Really?
it? I thought it was.
Whoa.
So that's why
Yeah.
everybody.
When
had-
did this happen?
Oh
Years ago.
gosh, yeah. This was probably
15?
what,
when the Wii first came out?
2007, 8 maybe.
It was. Oh yeah.
Whoa.
It was crazy
So
though.
so basically since that happened, like a
Yeah.
lot of
Nobody
radio
wants to do
Yeah.
anything.
Well, because every lawyer that represents every radio group is like writing up prize rules.
Yeah.
Cannot do anything to anybody. So it
Yeah.
really did take the fun out of it from that
Oh,
point. Because we
wow.
had great listeners that would come in and do the craziest things.
What was your favorite thing that you did?
I did. I'm kind of twisted. So a lot of times if we needed to come up with an idea, I'd be like, well, why don't we do this? And everyone goes, well, what do you mean? I go, let's do this. And I'm like kind of a psycho. And I said, let's do a contest where we put a bunch of people in a giant gerbil cage and make them live like a gerbil. And we basically took an empty storefront at a mall, filled it with like, the chipped bark stuff.
Oh, yeah, like the wood chips. Yeah.
Basically, each of them had their own water thing on the wall that you had, like cows would drink from, like with your tongue.
Yeah.
Like your gerbil. We had a treadmill with the little thing so they could get their exercise. They only got to eat like seeds, maybe some fruits. some
For how
nuts.
long?
They stayed in for a good couple weeks, I think.
No, they
Oh
didn't.
my God.
Because again, you have to just torture them to get them to leave. And I remember one night we played Wham's "Wake Me Up Before You Go" over and over.
Oh my
and
God.
From like 9 o'clock at night to like we went on at 6 in the morning, and they were probably just like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but
I would have been so snatched after that, though.
And then you guys would like call in and get updates and
Well,
stuff.
we would have them mic'd. Everything would be
Okay,
mic'd, so
yeah.
we could little contests with them and make them do competitions and
that.
stuff. But it was just the stupidest stuff that always made me laugh.
What did they win?
That was also some trips, I think, but I can't remember. It wasn't as good as the trip around the world.
Yeah.
They were already starting to get a little cheaper, you know.
It's like people will do anything for these
were-
prizes.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
what else
they
could we
will.
make them do?
Yeah. And a lot of gross things like to this day, I don't know how these people did it, where that girl in studio had to eat the Madagascar hissing cockroaches.
Nope.
Like literally, they would
Nope.
walk onto
Like
their
Fear
tongue.
Factor.
Walk under their tongue.
Absolutely not.
Feel it, you feel the thing going down.
What?
I know. I'm like, there's not a single
That was in the
celebrity
2000s
on the
though, right?
planet. Yeah.
You could do whatever you wanted in
We could do
2000s.
anything. I mean, it was crazy.
And
Yeah.
that's, like, you guys did such a good job together too, you and Bender. Like, it was just such a good show. You guys every single morning showed up, and it was just good. Like, not a lot of people can actually do that.
No, and that's
on
why I
radio.
have
Like,
such good memories of it too.
Especially
I think-
after the fact. Like,
Yeah.
that's the part that's like
Yeah.
getting me, that you guys, after the fact,
It
still
was such a
continue
good
to
show.
do what you did.
And well, you know what? I'm someone that I feel like every day I wake up and I kind of just, my brain resets or something.
Yeah.
But then if I get to work and someone else in a bad mood, I start feeling it. And again, I'm kind of non-confrontational, so I don't like that.
Yeah.
So when I am on the air, I really like just want everyone to have fun and laugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's why we went into radio.
what is something about radio that people would be surprised to hear?
Well, I think a lot of people don't know how things go down. You know what I mean? You probably disappeared one day, right?
Yeah.
Rest in peace, friend. And basically there's this way of just like erasing that you were ever there.
Yeah.
You know? Well, what we do too
Snap of a
is
finger.
if you lose your radio job, you have to put audio together and you make an air check and you send that out to stations, right? Well, when I was trying to do that, I actually did get a cease and desist letter from my old company saying, sorry, we own that. We own all your audio from the last
Yep.
15 years.
Yep.
They own every show I did, so I couldn't make a resume. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
And you also don't have, they don't
serious?
give you the opportunity to.
No, because usually, it's
You
like,
walk in and
hey,
it's
can we
like,
talk to you after the show?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they fire you literally. You'll do a show, and then you think everything's great, and then you basically have to pack your stuff up that
I got
after
let
show.
go halfway in the middle of the show.
In the middle of the show.
Who does it in the
Why
middle
at
of the
9
show?
a.m.?
In the middle of the show, I started.
And with mornings, you also go, seriously, you let me get up again at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Just for
that
me to come
part's
in
fucked
and
up.
get fired. And I mean,
I
I
didn't
was
say anything. I don't know
Yeah.
if you were able to say anything, but like,
No, God, no. I had
No.
to, I just had to take a job at another station and I had to go away the way I did if I wanted to stay in Seattle, you know, but it's, I think people would be surprised at, it's so fun when it's fun and it's so ugly when it's ugly.
Yep.
You know?
Isn't that the truth?
And I do think that there's such a great opportunity now for people to do podcasts and to get out there that would never have had a chance to get on the air.
Yeah.
I mean, like never. And there's some really funny podcasts, you know?
Yeah.
And I keep telling my son, I'm like, you got to do podcasts because he has a YouTube channel.
For sure.
And I'm like, they're just as twisted as I am. So
Yeah.
I'm like, you really should do one, George.
Yeah. Do you
So-
think that's why radio's dying though? Is because we've found other ways to become influencers or become like, famous in a sense, quote unquote,
Yeah.
is by having podcasts, YouTubes, TikToks even.
Yep, my son's an influencer. I always make fun of him.
Yeah.
Our big favorite joke is when we're just sitting there at home and I go, God, I just love creating content. Do you want to go create some content? Yeah. God, I love it. Well, that seems so dorky. We're
Yeah.
like, they're like, what does your son do? I go, he's a YouTuber.
He's a content creator.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
where
yeah.
kind of the joke came from. I gotta love creating content. It's so funny. But no, I do think it was sort of a perfect storm. I think it was companies getting cheaper. Like, it was a show of 5 people. Now it's 2. Oh, can't have a producer. Like, so they just kept getting cheaper
Yeah.
and cheaper, and they would whittle away at shows that listeners really liked. And then they would bring in some replacement that nobody knew.
Right.
But maybe
Too many
piped in-
changes.
Yeah, piped in from another city that people have no loyalty to.
Yeah.
And it was just changed. They were changing stuff too much, I think.
But what I feel like also happened was like in cars, Bluetooth. Like people started listening to their Bluetooth.
That's so true.
And
iTunes, everybody just started plugging in.
yes, and radio is governed by the FCC. Podcast isn't, so you can say whatever you want.
Yeah.
On podcast.
Yep.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's
So I feel like you can be more genuine and people want to hear more real life things, even though the radio is funny and like,
yeah, but now remember we used to be on the air and maybe play 4 songs the whole show because
Yeah.
we would be just doing crazy things.
No, seriously.
Now it's like companies are kind of telling the morning shows and people to like shut up basically and play music, but like you're not giving anybody anything that they have to be there for because you can listen to that music on your own with your phone plugging it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it doesn't make sense to me that they're putting everything into just the music that's played when we can get that anywhere.
It's crazy.
It should be the talent that you put money into because
Exactly.
that's the only way you can set yourself aside from someone else.
100%.
Yeah. Does anything ever go the way that we know common sense wise it should
Right?
go?
Well,
No.
look at who's in charge.
Yes. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I literally can look over people I've worked with for 20 something years and I'll go, the ones that were really not as creative, not very good, they're the ones that are still employed because they don't make waves. Super
But
generic.
as soon as you do or say something or you go
Super
against the
generic,
grain,
non-threatening. They'll pay them hardly anything. And so it's just, they've really just diluted it, where if someone loves listening to you guys, then they're just going to plug in their car
Yeah.
and just listen.
Yeah.
No,
that's
I listen
so
to
true.
Dateline now. When I'm on road trips, I'll see my friends in Oregon. I'll go, I'll see you guys in 3 Datelines. And that's what I do because I'm like, I can't listen to radio as much anymore because it makes me uncomfortable almost.
Does it? Why?
Yeah. Well, because I did it for so long.
Yeah.
And so almost every station in Seattle, I know someone.
Yeah.
And so it just feels awkward for me to listen.
Did you ever listen to me when I was on?
I only listened a couple times, but that wasn't because of you. That was because I didn't have to wake up so early anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
but
for sure.
Yeah, but no, it's kind of FOMO, but not really. It's just when you know the people. Like, I don't know how any actors can watch movies with all their friends in them because I'd be like, I couldn't enjoy another movie ever again.
it's like
yeah.
you watch it or you listen to it differently too.
Because
Yeah.
you know that person. Like, so, yeah, it's not as genuine for me to be
Yeah.
able to listen and enjoy it, I think.
What advice would you give to like somebody that may be going through something similar? Obviously not radio. It could be
But like
radio,
working
but
with a spouse.
working with the spouse
Or just
even
having their life turned upside down.
upside down. Yeah.
I feel like I just look back and I think I just really kept trying to keep my focus on my kids, Jordan and Bailey, and like as long as they don't have to leave school, just wanted to get them through school. But I don't know. It's weird because I've missed radio, but then I have to remind myself that I'm missing something that's not there anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's really
Yeah,
weird.
and so you shouldn't have FOMO because it's not there anymore.
Right, that's the thing. So, but even listening, then it just irritates me.
Yeah.
Because then I'm like, oh, they're not that good.
No.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody has their opinion,
Yeah.
But no, I just think the best thing you can do is, if I could go back and do some things, it would be that I would think things through more before I'd say something or do something. Like,
Really?
To not let people, not
Oh,
on the air.
okay.
On the air, I would never always be
okay,
the same.
yeah,
But just when you're like, with the baby daddy, you're like, it's so easy to get mad in the moment and say something you would regret. And, and you just don't have to.
Yeah.
And I just think that if you carry yourself a certain way, 10 years later, you might go, okay, I'm glad I did that.
Yeah,
And
no,
I
totally.
think there were ways now looking back that I could have probably stayed at KISS and if I had just thought outside the box, you know what I mean? But hindsight's 2020.
Right. Yeah.
But I just think about yourself, think about your kids. That's the stuff that's important. Like I could get hit by a bus leaving the studio, and have I made my kids happy? Have they had a good life? I mean, I just think it's so stupid to be mad for
sure.
decades.
What do you think about the station being called Hits now?
Oh, that was kind of weird to me because I thought. I never thought that if they were going to flip to a new show, I never thought it was Kiss's fault.
I feel like why did they change
that's
it?
the one thing
Because
that's got some heritage.
And
Right,
that's like
we-
across the board. Like I didn't grow up here, but I know Kiss.
Yeah.
Right, okay, so me and the
Yeah.
host.
Didn't
me and
they
the-
do it to Cube too, though?
Well, they did. They went to
Well,
power.
they
It
flipped
went
it.
back to
That's
it went
right.
back to
Yeah.
Cube. But when we were starting, me and the host, we got to choose it, and it was between 3 names, and Hits was the best.
What were? Can you say
I
what
can't
the other
remember
ones
the
were?
other ones.
was
I
gonna
can't
say.
remember.
Like,
What?
was
Yeah.
there like a mix? Probably a mix.
A mix, a click,
Probably.
a fun.
Yeah.
Fun
But I was
Fun
genuinely
1061.
I was genuinely
I kinda actually like
confused.
that a little bit.
Why they were changing it from Kiss because Kiss is iconic in Seattle. Period.
Yeah.
Like
I just
everybody
think
knows
that
Kiss.
You get these business people that are not on the air, and they have done too many research groups, and they overthink things. And I think that the fact that when you guys were signing back onto that station, half of that show was from when we had a lot of success with Kiss. So I would have thought you would still have wanted that.
1,000,000%.
Yeah.
I wanted kids.
Yeah.
It wasn't up to us. Like,
Like,
we didn't want to change the station's name. They did.
No, it's so weird to me. I'm always
couldn't-
like, why would you do that?
Everybody knows if you say, "Oh, we're on Kiss," right? They know it's 106.1.
And every
Yeah.
time I would tell people like 106.1, they would even in conversation still
Go, oh,
continue
Kiss.
Kiss.
Yeah,
and
no,
I
I-
still call it
yes.
Kiss
Yeah.
106.1 because that's
Same
just
thing
what I
with me.
remember.
Yeah, and I always felt the same thing with Cube. I was like, why would you ever fiddle with that? That's so heritage.
Did they change Cube too?
Yes,
For a
to
while.
Power.
Well, they
And
changed
went
Cube
back.
to Power,
Oh.
and then it went back to Cube,
'Cause
and
it
then
sucks so
it
bad.
I don't think
disappeared.
I've ever said Power.
No,
I
because it was
think
only
I've
for a short
only
period,
said-
and it was
yeah.
I
not
actually
that long
forgot
ago.
about what it switched
Yeah.
to for a while.
Now
but
it's sports.
yeah. No, I feel like they could have done just as well and probably even better.
That's what
launching it with that heritage on your
I
side.
agree.
Yeah.
And then it's just half of the show people were familiar with from that station.
Right?
So
Okay. Because I was so confused with that decision. I'm
No,
like, I
I've
hated
given
it.
up on trying to figure out any decisions in radio or TV or
Yeah.
whatever. Like, it's never what I think it will be.
It'll just
So-
drive you
It will
insane.
drive you
Yeah.
insane.
It will,
You will be
because-
like mind fucked
Because
the whole time.
It really
when-
is people behind some closed door that aren't on air most of the time making decisions, and it's just like,
Yep.
I don't know, it just never makes sense to me. And I'm like,
No.
I always feel like, should I be in programming?
Yeah.
No, maybe not, because they will never take my
Yeah.
suggestions. But
they talk about radio stuff, and I sit here and I'm like, what the action? Because I've never been in radio. I've never done anything
how
like
did
this.
you guys meet? Who knew who?
So we've known each other for a while.
yeah, almost
when
5,
I
6
was
years.
was I pregnant with my son
You
or
had just
no?
had him.
I had just had my son, and we kind of clicked on Instagram because my ex, he was obsessed with her ex.
Oh, okay.
And so we went to a show of his, and I ended up taking a picture with
okay.
her ex, and then we ended up clicking somehow.
Yeah, you messaged me, and then we
Yeah.
were talking a little bit, and
Yeah.
then
and she
then-
was just the same type of like mom that I am type of thing, and we just
That's why I think we hit it off really fast too.
Yeah.
And we had a lot of things in common.
yeah no, because I hate like the clean aesthetic mothers that
Yeah.
everything's perfect, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
That's not me. I'm
No,
not a
I
Pinterest
just
mommy.
I don't think
at
that
all.
exists.
No, it's not.
I do have an Etsy shop I open.
You know what
Oh,
though?
you can
There
shout it out
are.
of the way.
Oh, I love that
Oh,
for
definitely
you.
talk about that in a minute too, for
Okay,
No,
Etsy.
so that makes me sound way craftier than I really am. You know, like.
But she's gonna tell you what she does on her Etsy in a minute.
Yeah.
Well, I actually sent Alex a text this morning, and I know Alex was like, "How would I know? Do you know what size shoe
possibly
your
could
co-host
know.
wears?" Because I make Swarovski crystal. Actually, I just switched to another brand of crystals, but because of Swarovski did some cease and desist.
Are
to
you
people.
serious?
Yeah, you
Wait.
can't advertise selling something with their crystals now. It was like a year ago they
What?
did that.
What?
Yeah.
So she makes these Swarovski crystal flip flops.
They're so pretty.
So cute. Like for batch
pretty.
parties
So I'll
and-
send you a pair.
Ooh.
I just didn't know what size you were.
Size
And-
8.
8? Okay.
Size 8.
7, 8. Yeah, so it'd be a 7, 8. So I'll send you a pair.
Yes.
Open it and post it on your
please.
social.
I will.
Yeah, they're
for
super
sure.
pretty, but it's literally just something I started doing for my girlfriends and stuff. And then it just started getting really expensive to keep doing it and giving it away. So I
Yeah.
was like, I might as well just sell these now.
Yeah.
Right? And I've sold a pair to Australia, a lady in Australia.
I know that's
Oh.
And
right.
then
wow.
I got a Hawaii order this week, which was exciting. Lots of Floridas.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because their weather's way better than ours.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all my friends here, we wear them all the time. Because I think when you live in the Northwest, you don't have to be, it doesn't have to be nice outside.
Yeah.
For us to act like it's summer.
That's why
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
look the way I do half
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, see, you've got shorts on.
Yeah, no, and I barely, my shirts are considered like my outfit.
dress.
Yeah,
That's your
that's
dress.
my dress. And
Yeah.
people always look at me like I'm crazy. And I'm
Are
like,
you
that's
cold?
just, I'm like, no, hoes don't get cold. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm just always hot, so I'm like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good. I'm good.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. So I just started doing that just for fun, and it was like to finance my hobby.
Well, shout out your Etsy shop.
Well, it's Blingy Things by Jackie.
Blingy Things by Jackie.
I love that.
And you know, you want to go, well, I feel like mine are really pretty. But I started,
They are.
I went on Etsy and I was looking at other ones, and there were some that were just really gaudy.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Like with
yeah.
big giant stones and stuff. And I was like, oh my gosh.
No,
Yeah.
yours are super like clean
Don't
looking
you feel like you can just
and
wear them with yoga pants and like
so cute.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you take
Yeah.
one pair of shoes on vacation and not worry about anything else.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, and they come in different colors. You can tell
Ooh.
like it's good quality.
Do you like
I love
custom
that.
make like
Oh, I
request
put
colors?
every single rhinestone or the crystal on.
yeah, you do customs though. Like NFL teams,
Yeah.
college, like
Oh,
Okay,
jeez,
nice.
Louise.
Yeah. But
That's
it's
a lot of
always
work.
Murphy's Law that, like, I just donated like 3 pair to Bender's Children's Hospital Radiothon like a week ago.
Oh.
And of course, because I've made so many pairs in different colors, sizes, just to be ready. every pair that the people bought from the auction are ones I had to special order things for. I was like,
Oh,
dang
no.
it. Yeah, but I can,
Yeah.
It just costs a bit.
You're a really good human being.
Yeah.
Like you're
really
very,
is.
like you're a nice, actually like nice
Right,
person.
right.
Well,
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I feel like I try, but I don't
I
know.
feel like you don't really have to try though.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Yeah.
I feel like the world's getting kind of so ugly that you have to work harder to just not
Be ugly with it.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
totally.
Well,
I mean, nothing at my house is off limits. We talk about everything, so we're joking about everything.
Yeah.
And we used to say things on the air that people would freak out about now.
Oh.
Cancel culture. My kids will cancel culture me in the kitchen. I go, oh my gosh,
For real.
nobody cares about
That's
that.
what
Right,
I'm telling
obnoxious.
you. In the 2000s, you could say
Yeah.
and do whatever you wanted.
Like, how are comedians
Everything
nowadays?
has
How
to
are
be
you guys? Has
politically
anybody checked on your
correct.
comedian
well, look
friends?
at Matt
know.
Rife. He just got canceled.
He did?
He's canceled.
Well, I didn't hear-
Canceled.
what
He's
did he-
done.
I seen the headline. I don't know
What
what
did he
he
say?
said.
He was talking about like domestic violence, like making a joke about that, which honestly, I mean, as a domestic violence survivor, like it's not going to make or break me.
and
You know what I
I
mean?
just
Was
feel
it
like-
funny? No, it wasn't funny. It kind of fell flat, but it wasn't like to the point where he should, I don't know.
But see, how do they do their act with anything anymore?
I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I feel like comedy is, the
You should
grain
be
of
able to
salt
say anything.
on anything.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be able to take serious issues or anything and like make it funny. That's the point of comedy. And now it's like, you can't do this, you can't touch that.
Yeah.
You have to be politically correct.
Yeah.
And like, what does that even mean? Like,
I don't
everybody's
know,
so
right?
different. Everybody has different
Yeah. Yes.
perspectives and
Because
thoughts
you're
and
not
beliefs.
saying
and
it like to be hateful. Like,
Yeah.
you're not literally a racist or
Yes.
some horrible
Yeah.
human being. If you're just joking about something, I feel like people should hear that. But there are some people that don't get sarcasm.
No, they don't
But then
at
also,
all.
I feel like a lot of people like are offended for other people.
Yeah.
Yes,
and, like
and
obnoxious.
that's what I feel like. Because again, coming from someone that's actually had to deal with domestic violence, like I didn't get offended by it. Was it funny? It wasn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't for me to be like, oh fuck Matt Rife. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't.
for sure.
It
For
really
sure.
didn't.
But you see it and you go, oh, he's done.
yeah, no, I was like, ooh, I don't know if you should have said that.
I mean, like,
Everything-
let's face it. Like, there's things in this world, like you said, it's an ugly world. There's there's a lot of ugly things. But if you could take it and make it funny, then why not?
That's
You know,
what
you go
I
to the
feel like-
comedy show to laugh, not to like
Yeah.
Not to
go to
yeah.
Find a reason to
advocate
cancel
meeting
him.
or something,
Exactly.
you know?
I took my son to his first comedy show in LA for the weekend of his birthday when I was just down there. He'd never been to a comedy show. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And he had a blast, but it's like funny because every time he'd see them say a certain thing, he was, because he'd not been to one, he's like, can I say that?
Oh my god!
I'm like,
I
yeah,
feel like that
really?
generation is so concerned.
Yeah.
so concerned.
Because he's
We're not.
24. Oh, yeah.
If he has one person offended on his YouTube channel, it'll bother him for like weeks.
see.
And I go, Jordan, he has like, what, almost 900,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
Wow.
I go, if you do a video and you get two people that are hating on you in that link, that's two people. I
No.
go, you can't do anything without offending
And
someone.
you
Yeah,
know
but
what?
it's the
Okay, I can't
comments.
even judge
I
him
feel
for
it,
that
though.
because I'm like that
Okay,
too.
two people. We were on my live like 2 weeks ago, and two people were mean to her, and she's
people
like,
can be
she's like,
terrible.
everybody was mean.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how I felt on air too. Like
Yeah.
you would get 1,000 comments of like people supporting you
Yeah.
and loving you and stuff, but as soon as you get that one comment where it's
Yeah.
like, get that
Ugh.
gay guy off the radio.
I do
It
not care.
digs deep a little bit.
I've never cared. Do not care.
I don't
No,
either.
and you
It-
don't. But the thing is, for me, is I'm also so scared of getting canceled because they're
that's
so
all you've
easy.
known.
Yeah, that's all I
Yeah.
know right now, and it's so easy to get canceled. Like, and I think canceled culture is kind of fucked up. Like,
I feel like
fucked
everything like comes in waves, right? Like everything comes back around.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm hoping
you think
that
the
this will go
2000s
away.
humor will come back?
Well,
The what?
I
the
hope it does.
2000s humor. Do you think
I
it'll
hope
come
so,
back?
yeah. I think
Because
so.
of podcasts.
Yeah.
Like already the ones that my son watches, I would say everything these girls are saying. I'm like,
Yes.
oh, hallelujah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you just have to be yourself and not care about what people
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
That's actually what people like more and want to
That's-
hear.
yeah,
and connect
that's so
with.
true.
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys do at this point, but I've had fun.
I know,
gosh,
Jackie.
well,
Thank you so
You
much.
have to ask your final question.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
what's my
So we ask every guest what resilient means to them. So Jackie, what does resilient mean to you?
I think it is kind of picking yourself up and dusting yourself off after just horrible things happen and just still feeling good about yourself, not ripping yourself to shreds. Because I think it's very easy to do that. Like if you've lost something you love, like when I love doing radio, and I can still every once in a while be like, oh, I don't know, maybe I wasn't that good at it anyway. You know, and it's so easy to knock yourself down.
Oh, for sure.
And then you just have to kind of go, no, that's stupid. Again, there's people that want to make you feel bad. They're hiding behind a keyboard.
That's so true.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So I just
projection.
think being resilient is just always trying to be happy with what you're doing, regardless of what you're doing. Because
Love it.
really, your kids are all that matter. That's the only thing that matters, really. Your family. So yeah, I just think you got to just keep going.
Well, you most definitely are resilient. And I thank you so much for sharing your story.
You've got a lot on your plate these days. And so I love you.
Thank you. Thank you. I love you too.
I got to meet a legend today.
I know.
I hear so
Let's
much
use
about
that
you,
term
so.
very loosely.
No, it's so true though.
I
Like
really do.
I got bullied really bad in middle school and high school, and I grew up listening to you on the radio, and it was like something that I would like, you know, I dreaded going to school. But the only thing that made me happy, my mom would actually let me listen to you guys because we were super Christians at the time too. And so listening to you guys got me through like
good.
half of my whole entire school career.
And let me just piggyback off that. Like Bender, of course, he's a great talent, but Jackie just connected because it's top 40. Like it's, you know, the demographics, you know, women, primarily 18 to 49.
Yeah.
But Jackie connected with the listeners on a different level, on like, I feel like a deeper level.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I felt like we were friends with listeners, and I never tried to paint myself out to be like, oh, I've got this great house and this. It was I would throw myself under the bus before anybody else.
You
would.
did so good.
Yeah.
That's what people
You know.
love. They
Yeah.
love
Yes.
the real. They love that connection.
Yeah, and I think that's what you just have
Yeah.
to keep doing with your podcast is just be yourself, talk about your life.
Yeah.
Because there's going to be someone listening that goes, oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Like I
no,
had
it's so
certain
true.
things I had to follow today because of contracts and things that we signed
Yes.
over years, but I still had a great time, terrible time, got over it. And guess what? Everything's great now.
Yeah.
Resilience.
So even second baby daddy, you'll get better.
Yeah, and I know it will. And I just laugh about things, and I just take the high
That's
road.
what I've taught both my kids, and I swear when I'm gone, they will survive.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
You have to be able to laugh at things.
You have to.
Love it. Well, where can people find you?
Well, I actually am selling real estate now, so
Oh.
they could go
Oh,
to my
okay.
Facebook page if they want to buy or sell a house.
Love that.
And I've got my Etsy page, so you can do blingy things by Jackie. But yeah, like
What about IG?
oh gosh, Instagram. I always forget which ones I have because I have a lot of Jackie Nation or Jackie Nation Radio is Instagram. Yeah.
I'm looking for y'all.
What's funny is I have everything was from when I was on the air, so I've got like even my Gmail is Jackie on the radio.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, well, I'm not on the
everything.
radio right now, so it
Yeah.
just seems awkward. But I can't. Everyone has it, so
Your at is Jackie Nation Radio.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's where you can find her.
Thanks, girl.
and again, thank you so much.
This was
Thank you
fun, you
so
guys.
much.
Yeah, I know you
I
traveled
love you
super
all.
far, so appreciate you.
it was
I brought you a donut.
Oh, thank you.
All
You
right.
need to eat a donut.
I did.
Good.
Time for the conspiracy.
Now it is that time of the week for the conspiracy. And we were going to do Egypt, but I'm going to do something else this week.
I'm confused. I don't know what the conspiracy would be about this person.
I
Oh, I know what it's probably
don't
about.
know, but like I'm
I know what
so
it's probably
excited
about.
to hear.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
And I fully am on this train with you.
it's about Kourtney Kardashian. She has now 4 children. She has 3 with Scott Disick, right?
Oh,
what?
no. Kourtney.
Kourtney Kardashian?
Oh, I thought we were talking about Chloe. Never mind. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So Kourtney Kardashian, she's the oldest of them all. She has 4 kids. She just had one with Travis Barker. Yeah. 3 with Scott. They broke up a long time ago. Scott was a train wreck, right? He couldn't come through for her, so they
Yeah.
broke up. And their youngest, named Rain, is a conspiracy that people think it's actually Justin Bieber's son.
I did hear this one.
And if you look at
What?
pictures, holy
Yes.
fucking
Okay.
shit. Rain looks just like Justin when he was little. Like there's so many comparison photos of Rain and Justin at ages and they look identical. And the reason why they think that, you know, this is Justin's kid is because at the time that Kourtney got pregnant with him, Scott and her were like not together. They like broke up and she was hanging out with Justin. So
I remember that where they had like a little fling. It wasn't like official, but they were hanging out.
like it looks just like Justin.
It does.
Oh
I see.
My
This picture
gosh.
is crazy. Look at that. That's
it looks
crazy.
just like Justin Bieber.
100%.
Yeah, just like with
Like Baby
Armenian. Are they Armenian or what are they?
Yeah.
Armenian.
Baby
features.
Bieber.
Yeah, no,
Rain
for
Disick.
sure.
Why would they? Well, obviously they would have to hide it because
Yeah. She wanted the same dad for all of her kids. Well, then she realized that that's
definitely didn't happen.
yeah. Now she has 3 baby dads. Look at me going around spreading rumors.
I know,
I
right?
mean, or telling the truth. So
You should have been on that
Is that the
party
third
this
kid or
weekend.
the 4th kid? Whose kid?
It's her 3rd.
Okay, so they
But
think
it's-
that's
and-
Scott's.
Yeah, it's supposed to be Scott's.
It's supposed to be, but people are saying that it's actually Justin's. But that would look very messy for the Kardashians
Yes.
if it was Justin's
Yes.
because Kendall was fucking with him at one point
Yep.
too. I mean, they all pass each other around,
Yeah.
to be honest. They really do.
I mean, I for sure after seeing those pictures, 100% think that Rain is Justin Bieber's son.
Yeah.
There's 6 different pictures of both of them at the ages, and it was just a spitting image. It was like a twin. And I mean, like,
Insane.
Scott kind of does look like Justin a little bit, you know, like, but it's just too close.
I don't know,
So
because if you
close.
look at the oldest one, Mason,
Yeah.
and then you look at Rain, they look so different.
They
Like
do,
the-
and Penelope looks just like Mason.
Yep,
And it's
they
not
do
like,
look
and
different.
it's not like, you know, Rain looks more like his mom. No, he looks more like another man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this is like Chloe 2.0,
It is,
honestly, because it's like debatable if Chloe is a Kardashian, technically.
Yeah.
Because Chris apparently had an
An
affair.
affair with OJ.
Yeah.
Which
That's
Or,
that
no, it wasn't even with OJ. It was with her hairdresser. And if you look at her hairdresser, looks like Chloe.
yes. And she does, honestly, looking at her, she does look a little mixed.
No, she looks completely different than her sister.
She looks
Yeah.
totally different.
And
from
like
each
she
other.
has full on curly texture hair. Like that's a mixed baby right there. She looks like a mixed baby.
But the hairdresser's white, and she looks like, look up Chris Kardashian's hairdresser.
I'm surprised that they're hiding that that's Justin Bieber's baby.
I'm
That's like a cash. Ching, 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 ching. Kris Jenner will
They don't
probably,
need it though. Like they already.
They don't need
it. Would
any of
actually,
it.
it would actually be like such a worse image for them.
I
That's
think
what
it would look so bad.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
If at the time,
Is he mixed or he's not
That's
mixed?
Crazy, but I could definitely see it. I feel like their family and image is so controlled. Who they date,
Yeah.
what information they put out, when they put it out, what lies they're telling, and stuff that like I could definitely see that happening.
No,
I
they're
could
so
definitely see that.
calculated.
They're so calculated.
I mean, if you think about it, Kim Kardashian is the highest paid porn star in I think the history.
Ever.
Literally, she really is. She truly is, and that whole thing was calculated.
I don't
They
even
knew
know
what they
to
were
believe
doing.
That, like, honestly, I don't even know what to believe with that story.
I don't think Ray J put it out like that. I think it
No.
was Chris and
And
Kim that did it. And honestly, I mean, they were smart for it. They were,
I don't
but
know
they
if
wanted
I
to.
believe they did it. I
Really? You don't
know.
think so?
I think Kim was so thirsty to be famous that, you know, she was in that circle, but she probably fucked Ray J and had the video and told her mom or
Yeah.
somehow.
You know what?
And
Actually,
they were like,
thinking about
let's,
it, yeah.
Well,
let's sell it.
Because
she-
it was such a shit video too. Like there was nothing. It was like not a
so
porn
bad.
video.
Exactly. But also, too, you have to think about back in that time, Kim Kardashian was Paris Hilton's bitch. Literally,
Yeah,
she was
she was.
carrying around bags. She was
Yep.
there.
She sold her clothes from her closet.
Exactly. She was realistically a nobody. She was Paris Hilton's bitch. But yes, she was there. And when you see that lifestyle and you're like, fuck, like, how do I get into this lifestyle? That was her in.
She already
is Ray
saw
J.
it though. Like she
I mean,
grew,
she grew
up
up rich.
with.
She did, but not the way she is now.
Not famous.
No.
And had
for
she
sure.
not put out that tape,
sure not.
she would not be who she is today
No.
because that was not a thing back in the day. Like putting out tapes like that. Like I remember the Pamela Anderson situation.
Yeah.
She obviously did not want that out there. So they did not make it like the way that Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner did. But that whole thing was so calculated and I feel like she
Yeah.
just was thirsty, like you
Well,
said.
I was thinking about her reaction to it because it showed which is calculated.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think Kim is a good actor, and the way that she was like crying about it and like talking about it, I'm like, yeah, she could rehearse it and stuff, but it was like, damn, it seemed too real, like how upset she was because she is very like she's pretty conservative. She is, but she's not, and I do feel like she gets embarrassed easily for her image, and I don't know.
She's
It
a
was just
Libra. She's very
Yeah.
conscious on
It just
how
didn't-
people look at her.
Yeah.
And at that time, it just like did not strike me that that would be something that she would do, even for clout. But it definitely could be. I'm not putting it off the table.
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
don't
it
know.
worked, it worked
Yeah.
out
It
really well
worked.
for them.
Yeah. I mean, look at her now.
Look at them now.
That was smart. It really was. It was a smart business deal. I
Yeah.
think it was. And even Ray J has said, like,
Fucking poor Ray J.
I know he got the.
He had that shit into the stick.
He did because he looked like a weirdo, fucking pervert for doing
I
that
hope he's
shit.
getting some like commission off of fucking Kim's.
He
bank account or something.
hopefully. I don't think they did it. That
No,
way.
they definitely gave him money for that for sure. Now I'm thinking about it.
They definitely had to.
Yeah.
They definitely
You
had
think?
to. Yes.
Yeah.
You think they left him hanging?
No.
Like, they probably, we're putting this tape out. We're going to
Yeah.
put it out, make
Yeah.
money, and probably gave him some bucks.
Probably
He got them started.
0.001%, and it's
Right.
probably millions.
Yeah.
Right.
And now that's why he's talking about it because he's like, "Fuck, look at them. What the hell?" Because
Yeah.
he was.
They're all so
Yeah.
messy.
They are. They're a messy group. That's why I think that they would not say that Rain is actually
right.
Justin's because that looks fucking messy to me. And wasn't Justin, how old was he at the time?
Like, young.
Young.
Well, they're fine with that weird shit. Like they let Kylie Jenner date Tyga when she was like 16 and he was like
17.
older.
I want to date Kendall's boyfriend right now. But
Oh, Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's
They're still
weird.
dating?
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, first of all, Jackie, her saying that Justin Bieber asked Jackie's daughter to sit on his fucking lap?
That's so weird to me.
She's 7 years old.
That's
This
so
little
weird to
blonde
me.
white girl. I'm sorry, Justin. Excuse me. That is so highly inappropriate.
Yeah.
Think about that. Like when she said that, I did not get a chance to really kind of go off like this. But who the fuck does he think that he is, asking some girl who's 7 years old to sit on his fucking lap?
Yeah, that is fucking weird. What are you,
Because
Santa?
He's
Like, stop.
And he's at a radio station. Why are you asking a random girl you don't know?
To sit on your lap. That is kind of
That
weird.
immediately made me fucking cringe.
That's what all of those people like.
I'm just like, that was so
That is
blatantly
so true.
obvious. It was so blatantly obvious.
And it's probably, he's so desensitized to that being like creepy and weird that he probably just said that when
He
it's
was a kid
so
himself, too.
Yeah. That's so fucking weird. Because how old was he at the time? Probably like 17.
That's so
That's
creepy.
weird.
He was 18.
He was 18?
He was fucking 18.
Yeah, I don't like that. I would, no.
At 18 years old.
Good for Bailey for being like,
Hell yeah.
no, I want my own
Gross.
chair,
That's
please.
Good for you,
gross.
Bailey.
It's fucking
I'm
weird.
glad you didn't sit on his lap. Anyway, so what do you think? Write us in Resilient AF3 on Instagram. Do you think that Rain Disick is actually Justin Bieber's son? Go look at pictures and you cannot deny it.
Yeah.
Well, it was a good episode today. I hope you
That's
enjoyed it.
great.
Yes, I loved it. Great conversation.
And maybe next week Emelia won't be late.
I won't be. I promise.
Live show in January.
Yes.
Yes, we're doing a live show in January.
We are doing a live show in January,
more,
and I have
tell
been
more.
asked about it. And I'm sorry that I don't have that many details on it, but it's coming.
Do we have the date yet?
I'll talk to him today. I'll talk to him
Okay.
today because I'm going there. Definitely be on the lookout for tickets that are coming up for that live show. It's going to be a podcast. We're going to have a Resilient guest on. It's going to be the same exact thing as we do right here, but just in person. So if you want to come see us do it live, then come do it.
And come experience
Yes.
Alex's strong arm.
Yes.
With these drinks.
Yep.
Probably
like-
won't be making the drinks.
No,
but
I won't be. But if you want to drink, somebody there will make you a drink.
Yeah,
Maybe we
and
should
they
name
will
a drink.
pour appropriately.
The Alex Strong
appropriately.
Arm.
Yes. We should name one of the drinks Alex's strong arm.
It's funny. There's actually a drink on the menu called the Fresh.
Oh,
And it's Moscow Mule.
I'm getting that one.
A Moscow Mule with 3 shots.
Yeah, three or four, depending.
All right, y'all. Well, make sure to follow us on Instagram. And I also made a YouTube. Everything's at Resilient AF3, but on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Resilient AF3. Go follow us. Thank you so much. You can also follow us individually. I'm at That Dreas.
I'm at Emelia Jackson 94.
I am at BennettKnows.
And we hope you have a good week.
Bye.